Hey y'all, welcome back to another video of Charlesie's Chapters. I'm so excited because today I'm celebrating, actually all week, I'm celebrating National Library Week. I didn't even know this was a thing until last week or 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I'm gonna try to do something special to celebrate libraries because I love a library. I've always loved a library, and I'm gonna share a little bit more about that as the video goes on. But I thought that it would be fun to either go to a different library or a different library activity every day this week. So the full week is from Sunday to Saturday, but I am observing or celebrating from Monday to Friday because that's all I think I can handle. I am probably not going to go to a different library every single day, but I am going to try to show some different libraries on a few of the days. And today is Monday, and I've mentioned on here before, so sorry if I'm repeating myself, that my niece comes and babysits on Mondays, and I come usually to the library to get some work done, and I love it because you can bring food in, you can bring drinks in. Of course, they have Wi-Fi, so I just get on their Wi-Fi and use my laptop. I think I forgot my headphones today, but that's okay. Of course, there's tons of books. I love being surrounded by books, and I usually I have something on hold, or I pick something else up, or I drop something off. So I am going to do some of that today. And I also, in this video, I really hope to encourage you to utilize your local library more. I know for me as an adult, I haven't always utilized it. I really have started using it more now that I have a 2-year-old. I really went through a phase where I kind of didn't use the library on a regular basis. I would just go every now and then. But I mean, I've always gone some, but now I go at least once a week. And some of that is because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I have a toddler, and the library is a great free indoor place that we can go play. And she also loves the library too. So I've already said I'm going to show you different libraries in this video. I'm also going to show you different activities at the libraries. I'm going to show you different resources that they have at the libraries that you can use and check out and stuff. And there was something, oh yeah, and I thought it would be fun for me to share a special library memory every day. All right, so I already said today is Monday. My activity at the library is just to go in and get some work done for myself. If you don't know, I have an online shop, and I am getting ready to do a Mother's Day bundle. And so I took some pictures of the merchandise this morning before I left the house. So my 2 goals today are to post all of those pictures on my website and maybe draft an email that I can send out to my email list so that people know about it. And then also I want to, I just actually thought of another one. And then I need to get ready for an interview. I've actually done the interview questions. I've come up with the questions, but I also like to go ahead and think through transitions and the introduction for the guests and stuff. So I want to go ahead and get that done today. And there's a car beside me that just pulled up, but I'm going to keep talking and act natural. It's so hard for me. Also, I feel like I don't really look like myself today. My hair was not really doing right. And so I'm trying a slicked back look, but I didn't do anything to slick it back. I just didn't put any hair down, but now I feel like you can't even see that I have hair, but it's back there. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. That's my activity. This is my local library. It's just a few minutes from my house, and I know most of the librarians by now, and they are so sweet, so helpful. I love them so much. Something fun that I'm gonna do is check out a DVD. Yes, DVDs are still a thing. I wanted to watch a certain movie, and I'll tell you about it later, this weekend, and then I realized that it wasn't free to stream. You had to pay $4, and I just didn't want to pay $4 for that. So I looked it up, and my library has it, so I'm going to get that DVD. And this is starting to get a little bit long, but my special memory for the day is this library is actually the first place that I took my daughter as a new mom, besides the doctor, but it was the first place that I took her by myself. So what happened was I had fallen asleep feeding her the night before, and it really scared me. I was trying not to use my phone in the middle of the night, when I was feeding her. And so I wasn't using my phone. I wasn't doing anything. And I had the lamp on and everything, but I just fell asleep. And it really freaked me out because, you know, of course, I wouldn't have wanted to drop her or roll over on her or anything. And so I was like, okay, I just need to get some twaddle, as my sister and Charlotte Mason would say, just some book that either I'm already familiar with, or it's just really easy to read. And if I kind of go in and out of sleep, or I'm not like super alert, then, you know, I won't miss too much. So the next day I brought her to the library. I don't remember how many weeks old she was, but she was young, like maybe 6 or 7 weeks. Wait, I don't know how old she was. She might have been like 3 or 4 weeks old. But anyway, we came in here. She was in her little infant seat. I went and got a Karen Kingsbury novel that I had actually already read, and just read that during the night whenever it was time to feed her, just to help me stay awake. And again, I was already familiar with the storyline, and so it was fine. I did go on to read a few more in that series, I believe. But yeah, so that's one way that the library has really served me well recently. So let's go inside and I'll show you around. And then, oh, I was going to show you the books that I have currently from the library. I might do that later because this is getting long. So this is the main area of the library. As you can see, there's computers for people to use. There's a little laptop station. There's magazines and this little seating area. And then over here, I actually had never even noticed this, there's a family resource center back here. So there's not only books for kids, but toys and things like that. This is the children's section that we're moving into. It's very cute, very colorful, very fun. And then they have colors out usually, and like a community coloring page. This is the board book section, which is where I get most of my books for my daughter. I actually picked up a few because I couldn't help myself that day. This is the Friends of the Library book sale. The books are really cheap, and there's also a good selection, as you can see. There's a leave a book, take a book section, which I've never utilized. And then this is the general fiction area for adults. So just going to walk you through the stacks. Now we're getting into the movie section, the DVD section, which, you know, I had an errand to run back here. So I might have forgotten to mention that there was an Alice in Wonderland theme going on. So that's why there's some of these decorations back here. And this is a little nook that I like to sit in sometimes. So I'm back home. You might notice the trampoline and basketball goal behind me. I did want to show you what I got this morning, which you might have seen in the video. This is a Very Hungry Caterpillar one that we haven't read. And then this is Dog's First Baby, which we love and check out all the time, so much so that I should probably just buy it. And then I also got a DVD. So I think I said before, DVDs are still a thing. Our DVD player broke, but my husband bought a computer from somebody off Facebook Marketplace, and that person also gave us a DVD player. So hopefully we can hook that one up because that one's not broken. And watch this because I just finished reading this and I actually enjoyed it. This was really the only mystery story that I actually enjoyed reading. And then some other things that I already had, but I haven't read yet. I saw this last week at the library and snatched it up. It's Well-Watered Woman, The Well-Watered Woman by Gretchen Saffels. So you've probably heard me mention you've probably heard me mention Well-Watered Women several times. And this is the, I guess, trade book, the Christian trade book that Gretchen has written about, let's see, rooted in truth, growing in grace, flourishing in faith. It's really about being in the Bible, I think, like being rooted in God's word. Yeah, it's a new book. Then I've seen Amy Clipston's name kind of floating around on BookTube, and so I just thought I would try this. I haven't read any of it yet, not even the first page, but it's called The View from Coral Cove. I don't even know if this is like a sequel to something, so I'm going to check that out before I start reading it, but I thought, you know, why not? And then, okay, I also checked this one out earlier in the year, and then I just didn't get around to reading it whenever I had it before. But I've gotten kind of interested in Roman history for some reason. And so this is by Ted Dekker. It's AD 30, a novel, Experience the Way of Jesus as You Never Have. And I don't know the setting. I'm guessing it's Jerusalem. But yeah, I think I said in a video last week maybe that I've been reading Romans. And so I'm just kind of interested in that time period of, well, okay, I know that the Roman Empire was over like a broad period of time, and this is a different time than the Book of Romans. It's like 20 years before. Wait, this would be 20 years before Romans was written, or maybe a little bit more, 25-ish years before Romans was written. But I just thought it would be fun to read. And I do like biblical fiction when it's done well. And I've heard good things about Ted Dekker. So we're going to see. What I've really enjoyed recently is this one. This is not from the library. I went ahead and bought this. Actually, I asked for it for my birthday at the beginning of the year. And this is A Voice in the Wind by Francine Rivers. It is very intense. I'm going to do a whole separate video about this. I do recommend it. I would say for 18 and up, there's nothing, well, I was going to say there's nothing graphic. There's nothing spicy about it, but it's about gladiators and stuff. And so there are some things that I think if I were a teenager, it would be too much. So it is. I see. You want to see? Want to say hey? It is exceptionally well written. And it's very interesting. I have read most of it in a week. And I do, well, sometimes I read a book in a week, but that's kind of rare for me. I'm on page 423 and there's, I think, 496 pages. So I might even finish it today. We'll see. But yeah, so those are some of the great things that we have because of the library. And I will see y'all tomorrow on day 2 of National Library Week.